All right, what do you got in the news?
In the news, guest friend of the show, Margaret Cho, disses Mean Girl Ellen DeGeneres in a scathing podcast interview.
Wait, Mean Girl or Meme Girl?
Yes, mean.
Mean.
She called her a mean girl, quote, unquote.
Well, Ellen is mean, but that's
we all
fine.
know that. Yeah, she calls her so creepy and weird. Here's a clip. There we go.
What was she on?
Yeah, it was this podcast, the Kelly Mantle's
podcast.
Ellen was like really weird and not nice to me for most of my career, and like because I opened for her in the 1980s when she was a headliner in comedy clubs, and not way before her big fame. And so then when I would do her talk show in the 2000s, she acted like we just met, and I'm like, what?
One of those types.
I'm like, what? Like, that's weird. Like,
Right.
it's like we go way back. What? Like, it's so creepy and weird. But, also the other thing was David Bowie had been on the show, and he was so excited that the night before that I had come to his show wearing this giant Chinese emperor outfit. He was really thrilled about it, and he talked at length about it. And she cut it out of the show, which made me so mad. And the producer, who's a really good friend of mine, had to call me and tell me, I can't believe she did this, but she cut it out of the show. But you need to know that he was going on and on about your outfit. He loves you. God said your name.
So petty.
Which is so rude.
That is so gross.
I don't know if it was personal. Maybe it was for time.
Right.
But still, I'm going to take it personally just because I decided to.
You should have sent her a note and said, send me the footage. I'll post it to my YouTube.
Wow.
Kelly Mantle's pretty hot.
Yeah, okay. That's so rude. So exciting. God, it's got to be such a fucking chore pretending to be a chick your whole life. Even for a lot of women I know. But Ellen is mean. Ellen is mean. She's not nice.
You saw a recent picture of her? She looks like, oh man, she looks...
Listen, everyone eventually turns into what they're thinking. Look, I have been talking about Ellen being a bitch for 20 years, but I don't mind it. Like, you're a comedian. First off, what are you, some kind of fucking ambassador at Chuck E. Cheese? Like, who the fuck cares?
Okay.
I don't care. I don't care if you're mean. I care that you pay your taxes, create jobs, employ people, do what have you. Fine, mow your lawn. I don't really care how fucking nice you are. I've talked to too many people that are nice that are fucking horrible in every other department. So fuck you. I'd rather just have shit attitude and created jobs, paid taxes, and contributed. Number one. All right. Look, I showed up to her. I did Ellen 20 years ago. Her entire staff was scared shitless of her, and I was like, okay, so she's mean because everyone here is scared, and that's how you can tell. Every production, and I would say like most jobs take on a personality, and sometimes it's the person at the top, but it's like a personality. Like sometimes you go into a place and you go, fucking everyone around here's a dick, and then the fucking guy who owns the transmission shop's the biggest asshole, I went to a Mac store in Salt Lake City. Everyone was fucking the Apple store or whatever. Everyone was fucking friendly as shit. Like they were told, be fucking friendly. And they were friendly. Like Apple dictated, fucking be nice or we'll fucking fire you. And I like walked in there and I was like, oh, and I'm like, you looking to buy something? I was like, nah, I just want to get out of the heat. Could your phone use a charge? I go, yeah, my phone could. Well, let me set you up with that. And I was like, everyone around here is friendly. Now they're being told to be friendly, but that's the edict. You know what I mean? Every production, especially a daytime or a late night show, takes on the personality of the person that's hosting the show. Okay. So when you would go and do Leno, it was chillax. He was chillax, and you could hear the way people talk to him. So we'd be up on stage, and he'd be running the monologue or something, or the bit we're doing, And his writer would be like on stage or in the audience, you know, and they'd say just stuff like, Jay, you're not doing it right. That's not as funny as the way we planned. Just do it my way. And, you know, you can't talk that way to fucking certain people.
Right.
At all, especially comedians. And he'd go, and Jay would be like, what, you want me to do it the other way? And they go, yeah, do it the other way. And they go, okay, sorry, I'll try it that way. And so you go, okay, that guy's a repertoire, and people just coming down the hallway talking. No one's looking over their shoulder.
Right.
Easy. Kimmel's place, that way. Letterman, everyone's scared shitless.
Really?
Yeah, scared shitless. Don't talk to Dave. First off, rules. They go, okay, do not touch Dave. You go out there, do not fucking touch Dave. You understand? I don't care if you're fucking around. Don't touch Dave. Don't do, the lots that don't. No,
waiting on a
go.
high five, you let him wait.
You let him fucking leave him hanging up there. They're doing the Heil Hitler.
He's like,
leave him
I
up there.
can't touch you, bro.
Yeah. So Letterman's crew is scared because Letterman is mean, and it means he's yelled at a lot of fucking people. Also, it's a finish the show. He goes up to his office. Everyone's scared shitless to go up there. Like, you want to say hi to Dave after? I don't think you should go up there. You know, there's a lot of that. Now, you don't say that. Leno, yeah, go see Leno.
Right.
Right. Or go see Kimmel. Okay. I walked into Ellen. Everyone's scared shitless.
What about Fallon?
Never done Fallon. Here he's nice. Couldn't imagine you'd get the scared shitless crew.
Yeah, I have, and yeah, everybody was friendly and the
You have?
Roots, yeah, we're cool.
Sherry Shepherd show was awesome.
Yeah.
The Jennifer
Sherry
Hudson when they're all singing in the hallway looks like it's very inviting.
Be careful. Ellen danced.
Right.
Why was
A
she
lot of
dancing?
dancing.
Overcompensation. Who are the two dancers? Ellen and Bill Cosby.
And Diddy.
And Diddy.
Yeah.
Those are the three dancers. And look where they are.
Oh, and they all got shiny suits.
Not that Diddy's as bad as Ellen. Don't get me wrong.
Or Ellen's as bad as Diddy.
I was making a joke.
That's so good.
What I did
It's
there?
good either way. I love that.
twisted that one around.
Fuck it, hey.
But, yeah, Ellen is mean. Fine. She scares the people she works with. Fine. But that's who she is. And all the people will tell you by the look on their face because they told me, don't talk about this. Don't talk about that. And the guy was clearly scared. I was sitting in the green room going, yeah, I'll just go up there and tell. Don't talk about it. He circled back. He goes, seriously, don't. Meaning somebody talked about that.
And still did it.
She is vegetarian or vegan.
Okay.
Somebody went in there and talked about having a big fucking barbecue on the 4th of July, and then she went back to her segment producer and fucking screamed at him.
Right.
Because she's a bitch, and she's vegetarian, and she didn't want to hear about it or promote it or have to smile through it. So she went back and yelled at that person. Later on, a year later, I come on the show, and the guy goes, no, not talk about making flank steak, you know, and I'm like, I'm not talking about that. Yeah, but don't. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'm going, all I did is I go, scared. I mean, it's like, look, a wife who's being beaten.
Right.
You know, she'll go, look, you go, hang out, have another. No, I should really get home. You know, it's like, okay, you're scared.
Right.
You're scared. That's how employees act. You know what I mean?
I wonder what that's from, because I mean, I own a comedy club and I have staff, and I don't want them to be like scared. You know, I think I'm pretty fun and cool to be around. People always want to come around us.
But let me warn you.
My people should know, like, the things to be like, don't this, or give them room, you know.
A personal warning, a word for the wise.
Yeah.
A little scared is good. A little bit. Because around here, I'll go, could someone move their car? Why don't you move your car, fat ass? I'm like, all right. A little scared. A little fear.
I think
just a
same.
dusting. Just a little bit
I
of
gotta
fear.
be just shy of a
No, we're the
tyrant.
same. You need a crazy motherfucker around you, so they're like, Adam said, move your car.
Yeah.
You can just be in the back like, please move it.
You don't know how many times I double-leg Dawson.
Yeah, I am telling you, you can always tell. It's weird. When I dealt with Katie Seagal's from Married with Children and Sons of Anarchy,
Futurama, baby.
Futurama, I was building shit at her house when I was a civilian.
Yes.
I got on the celebrity building circuit.
Wow.
I know, and you can always kind of tell because I pulled my truck up into her driveway.
Okay.
And in the Hollywood Hills. And I had a fucking load of cabinets and shit I built and drywall or whatever, and I had to back my truck up and start unloading into her garage. And her fucking assistant just came like running out, like, you got to move your truck. You got to move your truck. And I'm like, I'm just unloading.
Right.
You know, we're in the Hollywood Hills. Like, I don't know where to park. I want to park 100 yards away and unload the fucking entertainment unit. Like,
right.
I'm just, when I'm done unloading, they're like, okay, man, but you got to move it. And I realized, what are you so panicked for? And they're like, oh, that person got yelled at because she came home and the fucking pool man or whomever was blocking and she got fucking yelled at.
Yes.
And that's why the panic.
Yeah.
That's how life works, kids. All right, what else you got, man?
All right, next up, the L.A. County Sheriff's Department apologized for an Iran bombing post. Yeah, they apologized for a social media post that referred to the people of Iran as victims of the U.S. bombing raid that targeted Iran's nuclear program.
What's with the L.A. County Sheriff? First off, can I say this? Does everybody need to weigh in on every fucking subject? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't fly B-2 bombers. You're not on the ground. You don't design bunker busters. Just you fucking arrest people in protests and pull over fucking moms for speeding in school zones. Stay in your fucking lane, L.A. County sheriffs.
Yeah, you don't even know what a massive ordnance penetrator is.
Yeah. Sounds hot, though.
I think this is about the second paragraph.
What's the second paragraph say?
At the moment, there are no known threats to Los Angeles County. However, out of an abundance of caution, we're increasing patrol checks at places of worship and other sensitive locations throughout the county.
We're coming to your mosque, baby. Wash your feet.
To protect you, keep you safe. I think this is, we need to issue something so that our citizens don't feel afraid of the retaliation. But first of all, be afraid. Ain't nobody. Hey, man, it's a war has started, and there's a certain amount of afraid that makes sense. And I don't know if L.A. County sheriffs are the ones to be like, hey, man, everybody calm down.
Or we'll turn a hose on it.
Because if some shit pops off, you can be like, what the sheriff said?
What are they going to do? They're going to look at places of worship. What does that mean? They're going to the mosque?
They're going to the mosque. Yeah, that's what they're warning everybody, kind of.
Yeah, we're going to increase patrol checks at places of worship and other sensitive locations throughout the county. That is, what do you mean?
I don't buy, by the way, I don't like any job. I don't like any job where they go, now we're really going to start doing our job to save you. I'm like, how about you just do your job all the time to the best of your ability? And, like you work in airport security, and it's like, oh, man, now we really got to focus. It's like, how about you just focus on any given Tuesday?
At all times.
At all times. How about that? I don't know.
Let's say they are, right? Let's say there's a low part of being vigilant, and then this, no matter where it's at, this is going to be an increase. So they've already had a presence.
Do you guys have any fear about what's currently going on?
If it was against like somebody with, I don't know, more organized military, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I don't have any thoughts about it.
It's like if you know the military capabilities of Iran versus us and like how much distance is between us, the factor is low. Like maybe some type of radical extremist comes with
that's the part.
Weapons.
That's what they're saying.
IED. That's
the part. Because I'm like, I'm not worried about all that. No, I'm worried about if they have what they call them, sleeper cells.
That's what I mean. But how
somebody that's like all motivated again to be like the East.
They can read everyone's text messages. It's kind of past that point now.
Well, there is a part that's a little tough. The part that's the wild card in this is basically 4 years of a wide open border. Mm-hmm. So there may be people here, China-backed, Iran, whatever, who in the last 4 years may have slipped across, even though Joe and Kamala were very dutiful in patrolling that border. Some may have gotten across, and that's something to think about. I don't know. I guess my feeling would be, if someone said you want to come out to Times Square this weekend and help us celebrate the whatever, I'd kind of go, let's get off the beaten path a little bit. But that's about as far as I think that's about as far as I'd take it.
I want people to feel comfortable coming out to things in big groups.
I do too.
I'm selling tickets to them.
I'm just saying.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I'm just saying Times Square. I don't know. I don't
think anyone is overseas being like, we must get the D. Jackson show. Like, I don't see that.
No, I'm just saying I was, this shit was going down a week ago. I was in Salt Lake City. I was like, okay, nothing going on.
Okay.
We didn't make anyone's top 10 of cities to blow up. There's nothing going on here.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So Times Square, you'd be a little more vigilant. And
if you had a show in Times Square and invited me tonight, I would go.
Okay.
But if you want to know where my fear factor is,
yes,
it's at 0, pretty much, with the caveat that if someone said we're going to go to Times Square, I'd probably say, why don't we have our celebration in Newark?
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. But it would not prevent me from going.
But a 0.
Pretty close to 0 with thoughts. I mean, I flew right after 9/11 and stuff like that. Like, I don't have, I went to New York right after 9/11 for Hugh Hefner roast. I think that was a couple days. It was 10 days or something. The point is, I don't care. But if you wanted to get me to care, I would realize that being in Yuma, Arizona, would probably be better than being in Times Square.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying. Okay, next story.
Next story. Telegram CEO Pavel Durov plans to leave his fortune to his 100-plus children. Yeah, he's the founder and CEO of Telegram, a messaging app, and he's fathered more than 100 children, some the old-fashioned way with 3 ladies, and the rest in a cup.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he started donating sperm way back when, and now he's going to split up his fortune, which is worth $13.9 billion. But they can't get it except for 30 years from today.
They don't get anything?
No. He's going to force them to make their own way, and then in 30 years,
has he already been giving them money?
No, I mean, I would assume yes, because he doesn't come up on any child support registries.
Do you, Nate, anyone pass away in your family? Anyone leave you anything?
No, I haven't dealt with a lot of loss. That's why
you haven't dealt. I mean, it hasn't happened.
Going to. It's inevitable. Well, but it's probably going to come down. I mean,
it hasn't happened,
old, bro.
Right?
It's going to be like bow, 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 bow. Like I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have not dealt with it, but you haven't had it. You haven't had to deal with it, right?
Great older uncle benefactor that left something for me and my family. We got to argue over it, or we go to court and find out who gets. I'm seeing it on TV, and I've had friends that have gotten property and things like that, but I haven't personally been through it.
You got brothers and sisters? Do you got to argue about stuff?
No, I'm 12 years behind my middle sister and 16 behind my oldest. So by the time I'm standing on a mountain saying something, everyone's listening. Like the baby's talking. We're out of line. You know what I mean?
Is there stuff to leave behind with your family?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I would say
like 8.5 acres in Lacey, Washington that I think we need to figure out what we're doing with that. Some of the family wants to go commercial and sell it for millions, and the other parts like, let's just keep it in our family, because why would you sell 8.5 acres of land in a spot where literally grocery stores and apartments and things like that are being developed all around?
Oh, so you could put a few Trader Joe's up and some stuff. Oh, 8.5 acres. 8.5 acres, good sized lot. And that's
big for residential, for sure.
On that side, with everything around it coming up?
Yeah. So they built a 400-unit apartment complex next door and a Safeway across the street and an AutoZone, and it's in a great area.
Oh, that's worth a lot. Yeah, I would tell.
My dad knows it, but I'm like, calm down.
Well,
it was on a lake at one point, and the city wanted the lake. Like he let them buy the piece of our land and run a fence across, so they bought our lake from us. That makes me madder than anything else, because I used to go down, literally walk down the hill and go fishing as a kid.
Really? What'd you get?
You walk bass, trout, just staying out of trouble. Just
who bought the land in the first place?
What do you mean?
The land.
Us, I guess. I don't know who the owner was before.
No, I know somebody owned it, but I'm saying your dad bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then
sometimes people pass
would like,
stuff
so
down.
there's like 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 6 8.5 acre lots. And there's like, there were 2 that were residential. Then there was one that was owned by a daycare that's massive, right? Another one was our neighbors, the Sprouts, and then
Sprouts.
Man,
that's expensive turf there.
Not the grocery store.
Oh,
they just happen to be.
Oh, that's
just the name.
The daycare.
And so,
man.
we thought we were talking
if you're
about
Sprouts up the street, that's a lot of money.
No, so the daycare was called Creative Discovery. But anyway, so the couple wasn't much older. The kids had gone on and grown and left home, and so they were empty nesters. And so when when old Jack passed on, his wife was like, I'm going to move to wherever fits me better. And they sold their property to the city. And then the other 2 lots down the way, I don't know how they got it, but the city got the other 2 lots, and now it's like a big community center. And so they've been trying to get everything from this particular street all the way down if they can. Mm-hmm. And so I was so mad that my dad sold, and my dad sold a lake. How do you price a lake?
Oh, man.
What's the
Per gallon, I think?
I don't know. Because if you own any of it, you have access to all of it. Right? Does that make sense? Like if there's 50 houses, then the back of the house, you get just maybe even 3 feet of it. You're like, that's our lake.
Well, the good news is, as I tell people who sometimes you get in these situations or family things or sometimes even arguments, at least if there's something to argue over, you're still in good shape. You're in better shape than most people.
Yeah, no, you had to share your inheritance with your sister, didn't you?
My sister got a she got a what did she get? Did she get I got a book.
Yep.
And I always tell people I got a bag that came in a grocery bag, so that's not nothing. And then Tony Bennett CD.
Yeah, your sister's borrowing it, didn't she?
No, the Tony Bennett CD was mine. I gave my dad. I just got it back after 20 years. That's right. It's autographed. It's autographed to me. That's why I was curious about where he got that. But I realized
it was autographed to you in the first place. What?
What happened is when my dad died, my stepmom gave me what he'd left behind.
Right.
Or at least what she determined he'd left behind for us.
Right.
Which was a Ralph's bag with a book in it and a Tony Bennett CD.
Okay.
And I almost took it home because I thought it was freebies.
And some acreage outside of Washington. No. And I opened the bag, it's a book and then a Tony Bennett CD. And I looked at the Tony Bennett CD and it said, "To Adam, my best, Tony Bennett." And so I thought, my dad got Tony Bennett to advertise a CD to me and never gave it to me? Wait, weird?
Yeah, he's there at a show, feels a way about asking for his own name on it. This is for my son.
Right, except for he would say his son was Jim Carolla, not Adam Carolla, and then get it to him. But also,
very specific.
You are supposing that my dad would go to a Tony Bennett show, which he wouldn't do it.
That's not even his speed.
He likes Tony Bennett, but he would never leave the house. So
is this a riddle? Is there something we need to listen to?
It is a riddle. It's
Have
a riddle.
You listened to the CD in full?
Oh, I should listen to it backwards. Is what I should do. Adam is a dead man. So I called Dr. Drew and I said, "Was Tony Bennett ever on Loveline?" And he goes, "Yeah. Back in the late 90s, Tony Bennett came on." And I said, "What's the name of that? Let me look." And I looked up the name of the album and it came out like 98, 97. I was like, Tony Bennett came on my radio show to promote this album.
Okay.
And then at the end, he autographed it to me.
Right.
And then I was driving home and I thought, I think my dad would like a Tony Bennett album because he likes Tony Bennett. And I'll just give him the one that Tony gave me, but is made out to me.
Right.
So and then I forgot about it because it's been 28 years. And then when I got it back, I figured it out that this is actually mine.
Dang.
So I can't really count that as part of the treasure chest. I just got to go with the book now.
What's the book?
Well, that's a little dubious, too.
It's the Necronomicon. It's bound in human skin, and yeah. Wasn't it?
What?
Yeah, it unlocks the Book of the Dead. It's the Book of the Dead, basically.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to listen to that album while you flip through it?
I would look through the Book of the Dead covered in human skin. No, it's the Rational Bible written by Dennis Prager, who's a friend of mine. So I could have gotten the book from him. May have gotten it and given it to my dad. So I could possibly be 0 for 2.
Both things are things right back to you.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's it. So what I'm saying is, for all the families that are having the squabbles about who's getting the vacation house in Maui and your sister's pissed because you want to sell and she wants to renovate and rent, at least it's something.
Yeah, be thankful.
Be thankful for that thing. The reason you're having an argument is because there's something, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. Nate, I know we got to wrap it up here. At least I got a message that said that. You out promoting?
I want to say I've enjoyed this.
God bless, man.
No, for real, because when you go into this stuff, like you're a little uncomfortable at first. I had my coffee, I settled in and stuff. But man, there's been some moments in here where you've dropped real game on me. Like I feel like, just like you had the epiphany of the Wiltern being a big place. Like I'm walking into a lot of new spaces that are very big for the first time, and you have done so much stuff in your career. You've forgotten shit I haven't even seen yet. You know what I'm saying? So I really appreciate the game that you put on me.
Well, thanks, Nate. It's a thrill because look, if you've been there and you've done that, and you've been to these theaters and you've traveled to these places and you've seen it. You know what an achievement it is, and especially 2 shows at the Wiltern. I mean, that is.
See, I just try not to take things for granted. I'm like, yeah, of course there's 2 shows. I'm popping. You know what I mean? Like, I could have that. I've been in the game 24 years, and it haven't mattered essentially for 22 of those.
Yeah.
So now that the needle has moved and people want to see what I'm talking about, I'm like, let me step into every space and appreciate them because I was outside of them before.
Yeah.
Going, killing me in. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I appreciate appreciate that game.
Well, we've all been guilty of not appreciating things.
Yeah.
My message is to be a believer. Choose to believe in yourself and others. Plan to attack each day and to be on the offensive side of the game. Make time to do the things that you love so you can make things happen and write your own story.
I like to make things happen with that granny.
Yeah, I would never cheat on this granny.
I would never cheat on that granny.
She sounded like Kamala Harris there. You got to make time to take time to believe and achieve. You got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in others and believe in people who haven't been born yet. Okay, listen. First off, you're supposed to do the things you love. I hate doing push-ups. Push-ups there's certain things I just hate, and push-ups they're hateful. Right? They
do suck though.
They suck. So doing what I love would not be a push-up. It would be eating pizza and watching TV for countless hours and drinking beer. So that would, if I chased my love, it would be the opposite of a push-up. Number one. Number two, she got to go down a little further. She's a little high on that push-up. Now I don't know that your nose needs to touch the carpet. But you got to have, if we're going to do this as an official record, you guys tell me you've been in the gym a lot. I've been in the gym a lot too. We need to have like a foam brick that is 4 inches off the ground. It's a regulated thing. You put it down and your nose must make contact with it in order to count as official push-up, because otherwise, if she's going down and her granny nose is 10 inches above the ground, is that an actual push-up?
He has a point.
You guys have had some hard-ass coaches, right?
Yeah.
They would be standing next to you going all the way down, all the way, right?
Right. He has a point.
Yeah.
All right. Good posture, but come on.
Really? You're going to take this away from her? Are you going to slap her Guinness record right out of her hands?
No, I'm going to say in 1 hour, instead of 1,500 and change, she'd be like 1,100 and change if she did the motion of the next 5 to 7 inches down and then up again. It would affect the record. That's all.
Yeah, I agree with him. Who's standing there regulating that? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, go down.
I think it was Guinness himself was there.
Oh, okay.
We have the homemade fireworks drone.
Hell yeah! Let's get back to it, baby.
We have that clip, which is important for me. Yeah. Oh, it is so on now. Wow.
Nice.
So that guy fired it on the ground.
Oh yeah, it's kind of just pissing though.
Yeah, it's not firing like it should.
No, because they're not. That's not the Tijuana fireworks. That's some local fireworks.
Tijuana, you can go to Tijuana and buy enough shit to blow up a federal building.
Yes.
They do not cap anything. You can get M200s, M80s. This guy just fired a bottle rocket from his from his drone.
Yeah, how you do that? It was already in the sky.
Here we go.
This is
This
awesome.
looks heavy duty.
Yeah, but how do they? They
Nice.
have to light them on the ground.
Yeah.
Ow.
You all right?
Yeah.
I do love when people fuck themselves up with fireworks. This guy lit it on the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, he's going over a fountain or Piccolo Pete. I don't know. What was the best? The flower?
The flower.
Yeah.
The flower, when you can stop it. When the day I found out a flower still burned if you threw it in a swimming pool, that's the day I came alive, man. That flowers are still go.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. I'm pretty sure. You guys ever thrown...
Yeah, once the reaction starts, it doesn't need oxygen to keep going, yeah.
You can throw it in a lake and it'll still be going.
I had no idea. I stopped dealing with fireworks once I moved to California. It's not the same like back home.
I know.
Yeah, they restrict a lot. It's like a lot of.
Oh,
stuff
there
is
would be
illegal.
fireworks stands where you're from, right?
Well, we had to go right across the bridge to Arkansas, but to get them. But it was good fireworks here. You can't have firecrackers. You can't have.
Well, I mean, you think about it, it never rains here. So everything is just dry kindling. It's like ready to go. The whole place was set on fire.
All right, hold on. Put something on me. Dr. Drew, you have something to say?
I do. I just wanted to. I'm sorry to interrupt the conversation, but I just.
We're talking about drones. This better be good.
I know. But I want to express that I've seen Mayhem's performance here lately, and I've been so delighted to have him. But I've been feeling like weirdly jealous. He's my friend. He's not your friend. He's my friend.
All right.
You understand? This guy belongs to me. You get it?
All right, Drew. Did you need to interrupt our hot firework talk for that?
I needed to. I just felt I had to get in here on this. So
everyone loves Mayhem. All right.
God bless you.
Got a couple more stories here. Don't worry about it.
I got the love line guys fighting over me.
Yeah, he's mine, I tell you.
Hey, next up, Florida deputy who used a taser on suspect pumping gas, burning 75% of his body, is cleared of criminal charges. Yeah, he got found not guilty.
I heard about this.
This is a crazy one. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I didn't even get to see this video. Please play the video.
The guy's pumping gas.
Yeah, he's pumping gas.
And the cop tases him.
Yeah, so they gave him like a rough arrest, knocked his bike over. There's gas flowing all over the place. The deputy said turn the gas pump off, but look, he's all covered in gas right now. Tased him. Man, that is
a
crazy.
Those guys are idiots.
Yeah.
What was the guy doing? Stealing gas? Why they fucking him at the gas pump?
He was alleged to doing wheelies and running red lights on the bike. And then, they freaking set him on fire.
Oh, wow.
But the jury found him not guilty. So it was a strange thing where, because I guess it was blurry. I didn't see the whole trial, but it was kind of blurry that who fired the taser. The prosecutors in the case said that Crawford, this cop, raised the taser, fired the weapon, and ignited him. But I guess his defense was that he didn't even set the taser on him. He threw the taser to the side.
Oh, and it went off?
And it went off. Yeah. He tossed it. He said that he was asked that if you remember the taser going off in his hand, or after he tossed it, the deputy simply replied, I have no memory of turning the safety off. So during this scuffle, his taser flew to the side and lit the whole place on fire.
Well, he turned the safety off because he was going to use it.
Yes.
And then who knows what. I don't know. Does this fall under act of God? When it's like almost like getting hit by lightning.
I don't think so. I mean, because if you mix gas and a taser, I mean, that's a recipe for disaster. And God, I didn't have nothing to do with it. I think it was the police that had something to do with it.
Yeah.
But, so he got found not guilty, but there's still going to be a civil trial. The guy got third-degree burns all over 75% of his body, $7 million of medical expenses.
Wow.
Yeah.
He still can sue, though, right?
He can
sue the city.
Yeah. But he almost killed this guy, setting him on fire.
So the guy was on a dirt bike doing wheelies and brodies and
exactly. It was one of those things. I think there was a bunch of kids out there getting wild on the bikes, and this freaking thing happened. It's a nightmare.
So he's in trouble for having fun.
Kind of, yeah.
Well, You ever see that doc, 12 O'Clock Boys? It's really good. It's Baltimore, inner city, all the guys who ride all the dirt bikes. They do the street takeovers. Cops can't really do anything because if the cops chase them, then they get into an accident. Then they blame the cops for chasing them. But I've seen it in Chicago. I've seen it in San Francisco. I've seen it in Malibu on PCH. I've seen whole gangs of mini bike riders, like 75 guys on mini bikes. It's like a mini bike takeover. It basically is a signal like the street takeover that we're just lawless. Now we're just doing what we want. So it's like the smash and grab. Like back in the day, I used to shoplift. I knew people who shoplift. Everyone shoplifted, but we didn't do it out in the open. I didn't show up with a duffel bag and calmly walk from one aisle to the next, just filling stuff up and walking past the security guard on my way out. You had to stuff shit in your pants, put stuff under your hat. You know what I mean? You had to shoplift. There was a whole There's a whole technique to it. You didn't walk out in front of everybody.
You're sad for the self-respecting criminal. You have to like go through the motions instead of just smash and grab.
Yeah, there was a majesty and a finesse and a dignity. When I used to steal whole turkey legs from the back of the Gelson's in the deli, you'd get the whole turkey leg in the back, and then you'd pay for it in the front. Well, I'd have an army jacket, and I'd get the whole thing.
This guy's walking out with a jacket full of chicken legs.
Being attacked by birds when I'm walking through the parking lot. I had to pretend like I was there looking, price and trade. How much are these Triscuits? I didn't just hold the turkey leg over my head and go fucking walk out the front door telling everyone to blow
the
me.
problem's not so much with the criminality, it's with the wanton recklessness of it.
No respect for what we used to have to go for. I had a hat. I used to put the candy bar in my hat and then put the hat on and walk out of the 7-Eleven. I didn't just hold a handful of it and go walking out in front of the guy.
But there wasn't as many cameras back then for you. Like now, they don't care. They just but back then you could do that. But now the cameras would catch you.
In 12 O'Clock Boys, these guys in Baltimore, it's a good doc. The cops roll up. At a certain point, the guys are on their 250 Hondas, 125 Yamahas, doing wheelies around the cop cars. And then at some point, they dip in and start kicking in the side of the door of the cop car. And it's like, listen,
the disrespect.
When the cops show up, you're supposed to run. Not do wheelies around them and kick in the door. It's fucking nuts
What
now.
do you think's changed? What makes people like that now?
We have basically said a couple things. The cops cannot put their hands on you. We're going to sue the cops. In this doc, there was one instance where a cop chased one of the guys. And one of the guys was like a less experienced 12 O'Clock boy. And he was on, first off, the motorcycle they stole. It's not like they went down to the Honda dealership and bought that. They stole the motorcycle. They're doing wheelies. They're on four-wheelers and quads and three-wheelers. They're just taking over the whole town. But at some point, the cop chased a less experienced guy who's up on the sidewalk, cutting through the alley, going through the intersection. And at some point, a car backs out. He clips the car, and the guy dies. The whole city turns on the cop. And they're like, they're riding in the street. They want the cop's badge and all that kind of shit. And it's like, all right, well, now we know who's in charge. And it ain't the cops. The cops are going to get into trouble if they do anything. I mean, first, it starts with bad politicians and bad DAs and bad everything. And then at some point, cops don't even want to get out of their car anymore. Why would you even try at this point? It's not even worth it. Just stay in your car. So anyway, here we are. Lawless. Sodom and Gomorrah. Street takeovers. I think I'm trying to break it down by race. I think we got the street takeover, Brody and the intersection guys. Those are the Hispanic guys in L.A., right?
It does look pretty fun.
It does look fun. The mini bike guys are the Hispanic guys.
Are they?
Yeah, weirdly.
ATV and dirt bike dudes.
Those are black
guys.
Those are black guys. Whitey, I think we got some outliers. Trucks.
We like to take the trucks and we we'll just go and mud around the local.
Yeah. We do
fun.
four wheels.
Fun as hell,
That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not causing any trouble.
I mean, a lot of this, a lot of the trouble gets caused. I think the defense to that whole thing is that, okay, these guys are doing burnouts and taking over the intersection, whatever. They're not really hurting much. Maybe they'll hurt each other.
They blocking traffic.
They're blocking traffic. Yeah. Okay.
I got caught in that one time. It's annoying. It's annoying to be on the other end. Yeah,
it sucks. Yeah. But the cops rev it up so that it's a kind of dangerous situation to now it's life or death.
No, it is dangerous though, man. Have you seen them? Those guys doing the donuts and the fat girl out there trying to videotape? How come the fat girl always gets smacked?
Man, poor girl. Because she's got the pusher.
But she can take a bumper. You know what I mean? Yeah. Waif model cannot take a bumper.
Yeah.
Fat chick can take a bumper, bounce right off.
Yeah.
No harm, no foul. Now, a little more damage to the car.
Oh, yeah.
That's an issue.
Yeah,
that could be a big issue.
That's a fender.
Yeah, it is. It is nuts. It is the beginning. But it's the beginning of the end. Is the way I look at it.
I figure drones.
One more.
I figure drones will take care of it. Corey Holcomb. He's not sorry for only dating women in poverty. So they're practical people. Yeah.
Who's Corey Holcomb?
I guess a comedian. I thought that was his thing. That his joke was. I mean, I guess it's not a joke because he was on there with TMZ talking about it.
Well, why is everyone pissed at everything all the time?
I know, yeah, it's
dating.
Strange.
First off, you should date poor people. They get to go out to a nice meal, on occasion, and get some stuff that they don't normally get.
Yeah, stay in a nice hotel when you travel. Make them feel good.
Yeah, and also, they probably appreciate it a little more, and be a little more, thankful.
I'll tell you what. My first time taking my cousin to Hawaii. I don't know if you ever met him. He's from Memphis. I grew up with him. He'd never been anywhere.
What's his name?
His name was Montana. I don't know if you ever met him.
Oh, I met him one time.
Montana. Yeah.
I remember.
I took him to Hawaii for the first time, and we went out nightlife eating. He'd never done it. Went on the ocean, ride jet skis and stuff like that. But he chose to meet a homeless girl and bring her home to the hotel and give her a bath and have sex with her. That's what he chose.
That's what he chose.
Yeah, he chose the homeless girl. And I was against it, but he told me, cuz she needed some food. I ordered her some room service. I gave her a bath and she was beautiful up under all that dirt.
Although, it's like $130 to Uber to LAX now.
I
was
listen,
just shocked by it.
I have a poor person mentality.
Yeah.
And so once in a while I'll be with someone and they'll go, "Oh, I left my sunglasses or whatever." And then someone will go, "We'll just Uber them over to your house." And I'll go, "That $86 to bring?" "Yeah, I'll call an Uber. We'll put them in the Uber. They'll bring them over." And it's like, I'm going to pay $77 to return this person's sunglasses. For some reason, there's an Uber where no one's in the car. You're just bringing stuff out.
I've had friends that have done that before.
And I'm like, it just feels like an exorbitant amount of money.
Right.
For returning something.
And then you have to communicate it to I did do that once when my toddler, my second kid at the time, hid my driver's license and I ended up at O'Hare. Did you know that you can fly with a Costco card and a TSA pre-check?
No, I did not know that.
So apparently because your Costco card is renewed every year, so it's renewed more frequently than your driver's license, they were like, totally fine that you don't have your driver's license. We know you got to make this flight for a speech in Chicago. And then they were like, also, you have pre-checks, so we've done a background check. You're okay. I think they just gave me a pat down and checked my luggage, right? But then I couldn't get my rental car at O'Hare.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a whole process. And I had my husband fax a photo to a FedEx off-site. And then I had an Uber pick up the FedEx and bring it to the rental car facility. And I remember it was like $30. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Just give me the freaking rental car. It felt like it's so dumb to pay that money.
All right, stuff to get into. Mm-hmm. So there's this shooting at the ICE facility that took place very recently, and people were killed. And I've been saying this, and I think
detained immigrants were killed.
Oh, they were. I didn't hear the. Okay, so were they trying to kill detained immigrants?
Well, that was what leftists on X were saying, but then it turned out that no, the guy was actually anti-ICE, and I think he was just a very bad shot.
Right. Okay. So here's the thing that I've been saying for a long time. You are compelling people to take action if you keep talking this way about people who are trying to do a job. There's a way to disagree with people in a way that doesn't compel people to take action, but that's not the way they do it. And so the night before the shooting, Gavin Newsom was on Colbert. By the way, always note the deep leg cross.
You love to talk about the leg cross.
Because it is a competition with...
Did they like color coordinate their suits too?
Progressive guys cross their leg. The only one who'll go deeper than Gavin Newsom is Obama.
Obama does do it pretty deep. He almost can wrap his ankle like around his other foot. He
dislocates his hip on his left side so he can get a little more action.
Very flexible hip flexors.
I think these two guys work with like a Pilates instructor, and like the Pilates instructor, like on the first day, they go, "Are you having back problems or upper back or lower spinal?" And they go, "I want to learn I want to be able to cross my legs like I never had a cock and ball.
I want to virtue signal so much when I go on late night television."
If you saw them with their Pilates instructor, it would all be them sitting on a padded chair and the Pilates guy just forcing the deep leg cross is how you signal to your constituency that you are down because you don't have balls. All right, so here he is. I don't know. I mean, what is this?
He's letting the gray come in a little more. Good for him. He's embracing the age.
Is this good? Is this 10? Thank you. Is this 10 hours before the shooting? I don't know. Maybe it's 12 hours.
I think I'd say
All right, but here he is. Like if I just woke up, I went to bed whenever Terry Schiavo fell into a coma. And then I just woke up now and I turned this on. I'd go, "What's going on here?" "Well, this is a late night show." And I go, "Who's that?" "Well, he's the governor of California." I'd go, "Oh, what's going on? We got to take up arms." Like, we got to go.
He said you have to push back.
Well, not that they got to push back, but he said that unmarked cars and masked guys with no ID
are grabbing people from behind.
Black and brown. It's always black. I don't know what black people. Don't you feel like black people just want to go? Can you just fucking leave me out of this one? Like this isn't us. This isn't us. Like I know you like to say black and brown, black and brown, black. Whatever.
They just got a broad swath.
Everything affects the black and the brown person. You cannot not include the blacks, but I don't know how many blacks qualify for what exactly you're
how many
talking about.
Ugandan immigrants are being rounded up by ICE
and disappeared.
Like Haitian.
Disappeared means what? Give us examples. Who are we talking about? Who? No ID. No nothing. All right. So he's lying. I don't know how much more of this. I'll watch a little more. But sorry.
The chills are fine. Called the Democratic states.
All right.
And he said this literally 10 days after Charlie Kirk was murdered.
There's another
clip. Does he have no sensibility at all?
This is the greatest clip, which is I love the misuse of the word literally. I love it when people go, "I was so scared. I jumped out, literally jumped out of my skin. Literally. Okay? Literally jumped out of my skin." It's like, you're not using the word literally correctly. There, he's doing, well, let's listen to this one. This is good. This is a few days before. He's signing a bill. Oh, by the way, I love when Gavin Newsom gets angry. I love indignant Gavin Newsom.
I
love when he goes
indignant.
No, he is now. He was nice. There was nice
he
Gavin.
Used to be nice Gavin. I feel like
right now
he was nice when nobody pushed back on him.
And now he's like, you always look when he says damn.
Oh yeah.
And he goes, I'm sorry, but these damn.
So tough.
These damn rules. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I can no longer contain myself because he's damn angry about it. The whole thing is, it's such a thinly veneered, paper-thin, hollow, tinny act. I would believe one of those plastic owls that they put up on the roof so seagulls don't shit on your restaurant more than I believe this guy's acting. Why is it attractive to people?
is only attracted to like a small group of people. And I have been hearing some rumblings that some high level Democratic donors do think that he might be the chosen one for 2028 because they think that they can like moderate him a little bit. I honestly think if they were smart, they'd choose Josh Shapiro, but I don't know if they're that smart. He's the male Kamala.
Yes.
Like the lack of empathy and realness. I think that
zero.
There's
Soulless.
zero. It's like it's such a shtick for him. There's not a genuine bone in his body.
But let's hear this one because he uses literally.
People quite literally disappear.
All right, sorry, you got to go back. Go back to the start. Sorry.
People in mass, people quite literally disappearing. No due process, no rights in a democracy where we have rights.
No rights.
Immigrants have rights.
Immigrants.
And
we're all immigrants.
have the right to stand up and push back, and that's what
they're
we're
going to push back. Here. All right. So anyway, people are literally disappearing. Like Merlin showed up with a magic wand and went poof, and just also, literally disappearing people.
Is this like this guy's been in government for a while? He's like a lawyer. I mean, how due process is for American citizens?
But also, Stephen Colbert or any one of these guys, can you stop them in the middle and go, look?
Of course not.
These people are trying to do a job. Now, maybe you disagree with it, and maybe they do things that you don't agree with on occasion, but they're not just showing up and grabbing Americans and
Turns out we have evidence to show that the people that they're disappearing are people who have, stood with Hamas and other people that have actually killed American citizens.
But also, it's a process. Everyone has a badge. Everyone has a job. Everyone gets processed. There's no rogue agents that are disappearing
I have friends
people.
That work for like FBI SWAT. Turns out when they go in and raid places, like remember that like whole Armenian money laundering thing where they were stealing money from the government from COVID and it was like tens of millions of dollars. They were U.S. citizens. FBI SWAT goes in, they're masked.
Right.
And then those guys get due process because all of that is a part of like the arrest warrant and the procedure to move forward and prosecute them at trial.
Right.
And this is like, they're conflating if you and I as American citizens were to get grabbed by masked men on the street from the government is very different than an illegal immigrant with alleged crimes that they have committed on top of illegally crossing the border.
Right. But if you thought
it's not the same, like I'm sorry, guys, you don't have the same rights.
No, they always say your constitutional rights. Well, constitutional rights apply to people who are legal citizens in the United States.
Yeah, but also if you really break it down, it's super simple. They think Maryland dads are being snatched up off the street in unmarked vans, and we think ex-gangbanger human traffickers are being grabbed by the streets. It's the same guy. They think of him as a friendly Maryland dad. I think of him as a human traffickers in a gang.
And maybe there are some of these people that are in the in-between, right?
Yeah. But listen, there is going to be gray area. And things fall through the cracks. It's just the way it's going to work.
But these are the same people that wanted to arrest people for misinformation online during COVID.
Right.
This is the same guy that prosecuted the guy that did the undercover Planned Parenthood videos when they were selling baby body parts.
Right.
Without all the HIPAA violations on the face of the planet. This is the same guy that wanted to dox with Kamala Harris, by the way, libertarian and conservative donors here in the state of California. Right. So like the due process thing, I just don't believe because you and I are too informed and have brain cells to like see through his BS.
Yeah, I mean, Obama weaponized the IRS against his enemies. I don't know how much process.
Our buddy Dave Rubin.
Yes.
He Newsom and the IRS came after him too.
Yeah, I don't know how much process that you get when the president weaponizes the IRS to go after conservative businesses or whatever.
Lower level staffers.
Yeah. All right, so I just want to see him on Colbert one more time, just the first 40 seconds, just to hear what he says, because this takes place, 10 hours before the shooting begins at the ICE facility. Is rogue?
Yeah.
Like, are these rogue ICE agents or just rogue citizens or individuals?
With no due process, masked cartel guys round up people in Mexico, too, and he doesn't get too upset about that.
Right. right. But I love the hyperbole. Like everyone's just like Tom Homan's just running around with a dart gun shooting people that are brown or black and dragging them in.
But he said there's no hyperbole.
Island.
He loves that word too.
I love there's no
literally and hyperbole.
Started from the beginning. He's not exaggerating.
He's proud of a law that doesn't do anything.
Right,
He's got
right.
jazz hands, man.
Well, now here's where the hero part comes in. He steps in. He stands up. But it's a lot of stand up and fight and push back and whatever. And here's what I'm saying on this show. Gavin Newsom is 60 and lying and fucking knows he's lying and knows he is using tons of hyperbole when he says no hyperbole. And everybody over the age of 45 in politics is lying their fucking ass off. He knows what's going on, and all he's doing is lying. Colbert's lying. They're all lying, and they're all just sitting there lying, and they don't care. All the old folks are lying. The people who are doing the shooting are in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not the old guys that are lying. The old guys are lying, and then they're motivating the young guys who are picking up the guns. Because what he's describing, I was kind of thinking about this. One of the best films of all time, although you're far too young to have seen it, Red Dawn.
Excuse me, that's like homeschool material.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the original, the remake. What the hell?
Red Dawn. All right, what happened in Red Dawn? Well, in Red Dawn, what happened is what he's describing is going on in America.
Yeah.
This force swept in, this evil force swept in. They were disappearing people into camps. They're taking over in unmarked trucks. And he's describing essentially what happened to the town in Red Dawn is essentially what's happening in Los Angeles with ICE. And what's happening overall with Trump, it's our own people, but it's Trump doing it and calling the shots. Okay, so who's the hero of the movie in Red Dawn? It's the young kid renegades who hid in the hills, and they would come down on raids.
And drink the deer blood.
And they would shoot up. You did see this movie. They would come in and they would shoot up the bad guys, and then they would leave again. Did anyone go, oh, what's Charlie Sheen doing and Patrick Swayze? Wait a minute, you shot? No, they're the heroes of the movie because the invading, occupying force has taken over the town, and now they're rebelling and they're fighting and they're pushing back and they're yelling, Wolverines! He should just start yelling Wolverines.
But that
is
would
what
be
he should do.
hyperbolic. He would say that that's hyperbolic and that's outrageous.
Right.
And that's like, no, heaven forbid.
So you've convinced a bunch of, through your lies, through your reckless and dangerous lies, you've convinced a bunch of young men to pick up arms and fight. And by the way, if I believed 3 of your syllables, I would go out and fight as well.
Watched it twice.
A bit.
You did? That's so nice.
Loved it. Loved it so much. I love the fact that what your voice is very hard to pull off, and that you just sit in it so well.
I mean, I'm struggling to do it all the time, so.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. All right, news. Here we go. Tokyo adopts a 4-day work week.
Did you catch my stepdad's special?
It's pretty good. It's not his voice not quite as clear as what Adrian's is, but yeah.
John's special.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Yeah, that bit about airplane food, it's coming around. It's getting there.
Well, I know what you're doing now, but he did kind of put his own
little spin on it.
Spin on airplane food. Yeah.
Tokyo adopts a 4-day work week to encourage women to have more kids. To address Japan's record low fertility rates and support working mothers, Tokyo will implement a 4-day work week for its employees starting next year. With Japan's fertility rates plummeting to a record low of 1.2, a fertility rate of 2.1 is needed for a stable population. The initiative also includes a new system allowing parents with young children to reduce their working hours by up to 2 hours a day.
Yeah.
Why don't they just get the kids from China that they were killing?
Yes.
Good point.
Take them.
See?
Take all the girls from China. This thing where we've declared a war on like work hours and going to work and being in the office. I mean, there was some study that came out that like people who work for the federal government show up an average of once a week or once a month or something, like show up to work. Like there's no more.
Right.
And then like during the pandemic when my kids were out of school for a year and a half, and then I would say to them a lot, like, oh, you got to go to school Friday. And they go, no, it's a student free day. The teachers are using Friday to grade papers or like whatever. And then every time after Thanksgiving or Christmas, I'd be like, all right, Monday, back to the salt mine. No school Monday. Like, you just had a month off. You don't have school on Monday? No, we go back on Tuesday. And then I was like, where were all these people when I went to fucking school and hated every minute of it? Where were all the super fucking lazy teachers and all the mobbed up unions arguing with shorter days and less days and whatever? Where was the COVID pandemic? When I went to school, it was like, I think I have a stomach virus. Get up and go to school. You're fine. Now it's like, if you got the sniffles, you stay home. Do not spread those germs. And then work. First, I went from yelled at to go to school all the fucking time, which I hated. And then work was like 50 hours, 60 hours a week. Like, I fucking worked, didn't get paid if you weren't there. Now everyone fucking just stays home. I mean, at least we've trained the kids well, so they're super lazy fucking slackers now who don't go to school, and then soon they can graduate into not going to work. But what happened to all these super short work weeks and... Why wasn't I around for any of this? I couldn't enjoy any of it.
You were born during the wrong time.
Born too early.
Born too early.
Mm-hmm. Well,
but it doesn't help the traffic situation. No one's going to work, but there's still traffic everywhere.
So, well, you can notice, like on Labor Day or Martin Luther King Day, like federal holidays, sometimes I will be driving on a Monday or Friday and I'll go, it's a little bit light out. What's going on? And they go, oh, it's whatever day. Mm-hmm. So it can lighten it up. But yeah, everyone is just staying home. No one's going to fucking school. And I was born too early.
Yeah. The worst is when you get to the bank and you go to open the door and then you realize it's some bullshit holiday.
Yes.
LGBTQ.
Well, that's the other thing. It's like I never take any of the holidays off because I have a job that doesn't really recognize those.
They don't respect the holidays.
We do not respect the holidays in the pod and the comedy business.
Mm-hmm. Just keeps going. You're an essential worker.
Also, for fertility rates, why not just get your dudes to stop watching porn and sitting around all day, and maybe fertility rates will go up because they're building more testosterone, or maybe you get them into a gym. There's got to be something else besides letting them just go home and do nothing.
Also, it kind of puts a lot of the pressure on the gal for a Friday fuck. Yeah. Right? Like, she's just sitting around reading Time magazine, and you come into them, she's in her bathrobe, and you're just like, waiting. Hey, baby.
Watching your stories. Bullshit.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I'm not in the mood. Well, the government says you are.
Yeah.
You don't want me to fucking drop a dime on your lazy non-fucking ass, do you? Mm-hmm. Like, this is Friday. It's fuck day.
Right. Yeah.
It's fuck day, yeah.
It's alliteration, babe.
Video shows a Utah man drove his newly purchased car into a dealership after being denied a refund. The man was arrested after police say he drove it through the front doors of the dealership where he was denied a refund. About 4 p.m., police were called to Tim Dolly Mazda Southtown. Shout out. Michael Lee Murray, 35, had purchased a car from the dealership earlier in the day, brought it back several hours later. I watched this video. What I love the fact is, at some point, this guy yells, yeah.
Wow.
He yelled, I'm going to drive through the door, and then he goes out to the car.
Whoa! Whoa, call the cops!
I mean, he's definitely not going to be able to return it now.
Yeah. So I love that the guy said, you can hear it like later in the video, he says something like, I got it on tape. I don't know, maybe the cops don't need the tape. The fact that he drove the vehicle through the goddamn front door, that's probably evidence enough.
Couple things. First off, don't you feel like people are having difficulty with impulse control now?
Yeah.
Like, I see the chicks at the Spirit airline counter, and they're like, sorry, we didn't book flight. And they reach over the counter and start punching the person.
I mean, that's part of Spirit's.
It's part of their...
Yeah.
You get
pay extra.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
if you don't want to
on airplanes, outside airplanes, at dealerships, at ballparks...
Everyone's just
like impulse control. Like someone says to somebody no, and they go, oh, well, I guess we're going to throw down now. It's like back in the day, no, meant no, not with the ladies. That was different.
Everyone's lazy now, so they have a lot of time to attack.
I also noticed that a majority of these people are big.
Fat.
I wonder if there's some... Dr. Drew... Guys fighting in stadiums are fat. Women fighting in airports are fat. Guys. Dr. Drew used to say that fat guys had higher circulating levels of estrogen. Okay? And like I would say, why does every fat guy you see in the shower at the gym have a small dick? Because we think about it, it's sad, but it's true. Now, part of it is, the pannus, the guts hanging down, and the thighs are puffed up, so it's giving the illusion of a smaller hog. But it's still a small dick. And if I see these guys, you guys know what I'm talking about? The locker room guys with the fat guy with the micro penis, right? And I just think wow, lose in the genetics department. Like, you're a big fat guy and you got a super small dick. But Drew would say, no, fat guys have more estrogen, and the estrogen shrinks your dick. Now, what I'm also learning is I think women, while not as destructive as men, have less impulse control. I've conducted experiments. They tend to fight more. My experiment is this. Every guy I've ever known, if we were working on something in a kitchen and my back was to him or something, and I backed up and I stepped on his foot, would be like, dude, you're on my foot. Women's hand goes flying out. Women punch. Every woman I've ever met, like if I stepped on her foot or did something stupid or something, they just go whack, like their hand just goes sailing. So it's like an impulse thing. Now they see fat dudes fighting. I wonder if it's an estrogen thing. Because this guy's pretty.
Well,
this guy's pretty big.
It would be fun to show up and be like, "Can you drop your pants? We're doing."
I want to see if you have that micro penis.
I want to see what your dick looks like since you went through.
Yeah. Also, the way cars used to be built, there used to be plausible deniability in that you had a carburetor and you had linkage and a carburetor cable, like a throttle cable and shit, and you didn't have electronics everywhere, and you could say, I put it in reverse and the fucking thing jammed and just fired forward. Like, I didn't even touch the accelerator. Like, you could lie later on with some plausible deniability. Now everything's on the computer and they flash it and they pull the chip and it's like there's no more plausible deniability. Like, this guy later on
said
when he's getting sued, his lawyer could just go, if this was the 70s, he'd just go, just tell him you put it in reverse, but the thing dropped into drive and you gunned it and you're looking backwards and the thing lurched forward and the transmission is faulty or like whatever. No more with new cars.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Plus it being on camera, too. I think that for every inch...
Yeah, but even on camera, you could still lie if it was the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's this guy? Is he available for to come with me to Sleep Number? Because I could use this guy.
Yeah.
Could definitely use this guy.
Throw
if you
that
guys don't
bed
have any
through
way.
the front door.
That's right.
No, give him the race car bed that the rich kids have and tell him to fire it up. That's how I knew a kid had fucking made it. He had a bed that was shaped like a car. I was like, oh, your parents love you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's like $110 bed.
Yeah.
Shit.
Dude. I used to go to friends' houses for sleepovers, and I would see their beds up off the floor on a metal frame, and I'm like, "Get the fuck out!"
You got a box spring? What? Yeah. I had a friend who had a Rams helmet lamp, and I used to marvel. Where did you get that? Who bought that for you? That had to be. Was that almost $20?
Yeah.
What gives? What they do? Combine Christmas and 3 birthdays or something? I know it's a fake helmet, but it's still something. Look at that.
Cool.
This Rams helmet lamp. Ooh, la-di-da.
Sex-crazed workers at a troubled VA facility had a 12-person orgy, and one official bedded over 32 coworkers. A congressional investigation into sexual misconduct allegations at a troubled VA's facility in Tennessee revealed that at least 12 officials who worked there took part in the orgy. Several VA officials in the state have resigned amid the probe into the Mountain Home VA Medical Center. Turns out at least 2 employees have fessed up throughout the investigation to having sex at the VA hospital.
Anyone been in an orgy?
I haven't. I was on a first date one time where a girl had announced to me about 20 minutes into our coffees that she had been a part of an orgy one time. And I was like, you could have held that one a little closer. I didn't need to know that.
And that's also a weird coffee date, because that's more cocktails kind of conversation there.
Yeah, I get if you've had a couple of drinks and maybe you're alluding to the fact that I want to have sex with you, sure. But this is like 2 o'clock in the afternoon at a Starbucks. I don't need to know that information.
Adrian, any orgy experience?
No orgy experience.
I realize I haven't either, but it's funny. I was talking to Dr. Drew last night when I was sleeping over at his house.
Did you guys share a bed?
We didn't spoon.
No.
It wasn't fucking gay.
I love that.
But we share. Yeah, we shared a bed, but we didn't. No, we were sitting around, and he got back from Florida. And he was telling me everyone in Florida is always having a good time over there. He loves Florida. And I was talking about playing some shows in Florida and Naples and all that kind of stuff. And I said, you know, when you talk to guys who like boats and like water sports and stuff, it's not so much that they love boats and fishing and sea-doos and stuff. It's what they're really saying is, I like life. Like, I fucking want to have a good time. It's really just good time. They're saying, I want to have a good time. I mean, they like fishing and they like their jet skis and they like their ski boats and stuff, but really it's just crank up the music and crack the beers and like, you're really just going, I like to have a good time. Like there's a portion of people who love boating who are like yachty guys. That's something else. But then there's everyone else who's just going, I like to have a good time. Like, no one in my family boated, but it's not because they dislike boating. They wouldn't have a good time. Mm-hmm. And so I said I could never really, I wouldn't like to be a skipper because I would be too worried about protocol with everything. Like, you know, they got the 5 mile an hour no wake zone and then go this way or go that way. I feel like I'd fuck something up and someone would yell, you go in the, bring it around. You go in the, you know, I'd just be too like, I don't want to fuck. My fear is fuck up of protocol.
Sure.
And that's why the orgy would be tough.
Mm-hmm. You think you would be like, this person's not following protocol?
No, I would show up and like walk to the front of the train and try to get a blowjob, and someone would go, "Hey man,
line starts back here.
We've been fucking here for 20 minutes, like or something." No, like during COVID, when they would start the line for the supermarket checkout 10 feet, 20 feet, like in the middle of the aisle, like away from the whatever, and then. Once or twice, I just walked up. I was like, oh, there's nobody here. And I just walk and I hear, excuse you. And I'm like, oh, what? And there's 8 people. And I'm like, oh, like I felt like shit. I feel like I would do that in the orgy.
You could do that.
Yeah. There'd be something. I didn't go for the... I went for the hand sanitizer and then the lube in like the wrong order. Yeah. Or, you know, something.
Hey, who put this Tabasco sauce here? Son of a bitch. I've thought about this extensively, and that is, I would always be afraid if I was a part of an orgy that I would finish far too early and then I would just be out.
And so you go back in line.
So I think, well, you'd have to reset, you know. Yeah. But I think what I would do is I would let the other 11 people, like, you know, I'd let the 11 other people do their thing, and then I would just take care of refreshments and drinks and snacks.
Make yourself useful.
And then, as I could tell things are starting to ramp down, that's when I would hop in, and then everybody finish around the same time, and I'm like, man, that was a hell of an orgy, wasn't it? That way, it makes it seem like you were in it for the long haul, but you were only there. Yeah, it's like the 30-second flurry that a boxer, when they say hit the bell or whatever, so you know that it's time to start throwing punches.
I like that person who ran the marathon and just cut across Central Park and showed up at the finish line with all the Kenyans. Mm-hmm. That would be you. Speaking of that, I don't want any Kenyans in my fucking orgy. Bunch of skinny guys with huge hogs.
Yeah.
No, thank you. And unstoppable endurance.
Yeah.
You know, like I can run 26 miles faster and you can walk a block.
Yeah, you're like, whose calloused foot is this?
I want fat guys with micro penises, you know? Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. Hey, speaking of orgies, since we're already on this, a porn star will attempt to have sex with 1,000 men in one day.
Oh, well, let's sort this out. Tell me what you guys think.
It seems like a high number.
Yeah.
Do they all get to finish? Like, what constitutes...
Well, this is... I'm glad you asked. Because if you're going for a record, we need a sanctioning body. You can't just declare yourself the winner. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you're going for a record of sex with most guys. Now, look, I'm sorry, but I'm a purist. I want 1,000 different cocks in that room. I don't want 65 guys taking laps. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
I think it has to be different guys.
I've seen these records. I've interviewed these people.
Really?
Where they have the same dude coming around again 3 hours later. Because it's hard to round up 1,000 dudes.
I feel like it's probably not.
Well, not to fuck a stranger for free. You may be right. But
yeah, it has to be 1,000 different dicks.
You think so?
I think so.
Joe, you can look into this. It's not always. I want the asterisk by the person that doesn't.
Well, right now the record is held by a porn star named Lisa Sparks, who has 919 men.
She's not an accountant. It's a porn star, is what you say.
You know, it's ironic.
They went 990?
919.
919.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
she gave out.
Yeah. So I did a little math in the truck on the way over here. That is 41.6 seconds for each man. To get 1,000, everyone would get 41.6 seconds to be able to do it in 24 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah. 41 seconds. And then we're done with the next guy.
What do I do with the extra 20 seconds? You know what's coming. Serve refreshments with Rudy. May I mop your brow, sir? What flavor Gatorade can I put you down for? Oh, Mountain Blast.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my favorites.
You look like a glacial ice guy.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure. Yeah.
Another dab on the forehead, sir?
Yeah, I love the end of this article, though, when you read about it, because Lisa Sparks said that at some point she was so bored that she ordered fast food.
Wow.
Imagine being like number, whatever it is, maybe 573, and she's just mowing down a Big Mac.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, at least could you look me in the eye while we do this?
I would just assume she's like on her phone the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The guy taking the orders like, you like some ranch for those fries? I'll just dip my belly button. I'm good. I got a whole reservoir of ranch. All right, the guys can't come, though,
No,
right?
they
That's
can't.
just in and out, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And even if you're not a big condom guy, you are that day, right?
Sure.
Oh, is that her?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sizable rack. I also feel like you would like to, you know how rich guys will pay someone to wait in line at the Apple store for them,
Right.
you know, so they don't have to wait in line. This would be money well spent.
Yeah.
Have somebody hold your spot.
Yeah, go down to Home Depot, get one of the Mexicans out there, the laborers, pull them out. We need 20 an hour. Okay, I need you to get here before this orgy starts. I need you there.
How do they
and I
get
need
the
you standing in line.
How do they get the people for this?
I think they put it out, you know, trade publications, things like that. I think there's always enough loser dudes who want to do this. The comedy is the guys who don't want to be recognized because they're not porn stars, right? And so they're guys standing in line wearing gorilla masks and stuff.
Yeah.
You ever see that?
Yeah, they got the ski mask on.
Which has got to be tough for the lady because it's, you know, you're dehydrated.
I feel like I remember watching, when I was much younger, there was like a story about a woman who was having sex with a lot of guys for like, I guess the similar thing, and she had to like get packed with ice. Like, I gotta imagine like your vagina is just like, we're good.
I only say this once a year, but sometimes the terrorists make a point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When they're talking about our culture.
Yeah.
I don't agree with them on everything, but once in a while, a little ISIS type judgment may be a good thing.
For sure.
For our society, right?
But I do remember like seeing that, like how people pack fish with ice.
Yeah. Oh, she did in Seattle in that marketplace. The guys who want no part of spent a photo themselves holding their ID. So the guys who want to take part have to send a photo of themselves holding their ID, and my PA has to basically organize them into hour time slots. So I guess they break them off into groups. Because you don't want a guy standing there just stroking his meat behind you like for 4 hours.
Yeah, 18 hours in. That thing going to go down? Yeah.
Yeah. And then you got to do what you do when you do the show where there's 7 people on the lineup and they go, show starts at 8. And you go, yeah, but what time am I going up? Because you show up at 7:45 and you don't hit the fucking stage till 10:20, you know, the fuck, right?
Yeah.
So you got to make that call to whoever's putting this thing on. Like, what time is my dick dropping?
And I assume they're not like checking these people for STDs.
They must have a condom policy.
Sure.
I don't know. I agree with you though that it has to be 1,000 different, separate
Yes.
individuals.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the guy who you fly in from Guinness Book is not going to certify shit. All right, Chris Hansen is waiting out there. Adrian, we will bid you adieu. The Dark Queen, very funny. So says
it is, yeah.
Because they're names that are, I don't know, Sam or something. You can go, yeah, but there's more dude Sams. It's cute on a girl, but there's more dude Sams.
Yeah.
But Kelsey, I'd go,
is it? No.
See, I think there's
a little
way more women.
Way more women.
I only know Kelsey Grammer. That's the only male I know.
Exactly. You just know that one really well.
I interviewed him last week or something.
It's on the top of your mind, yeah.
No, I went to school with a Kelsey.
Interesting.
I had a few. There are a few Kelseys out there.
Yeah.
I don't know. Google famous Kelseys and let's see what percentage of them. Well, you know what? I think it's an older. Sorry, it was a man's name 30 years ago or 50 years ago, and now it's morphed. It moved toward the feminine side.
Yeah.
So, stand up. Where'd you shoot your stand-up special, by the way? Mark your territory. It's available now on Hulu and on YouTube as well, which is cool.
Yeah.
How'd that work, the Hulu and YouTube marriage?
So I've never done anything like this, and I think Hulu, this is maybe one of the first times they've tried it, but it's kind of nice because press-wise, like I think there are certain media outlets that if you say, oh, I have a YouTube special, they're like, yeah, that's not big enough for you to come on our show. But if you have the Hulu of it all, then your publicist is going to be like, that's coming on Hulu, and then you're like, oh, okay, and then you do Good Morning America or whatever. But it is a little hard because you don't see the views on Hulu. You do see them for YouTube. So I'm hoping that the YouTube views still look good, but it's hard because like we are losing some to Hulu, and then you don't want to look like nobody's watching it at all on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. You siphon them off to Hulu because we don't need to see it on YouTube. Or a percentage of us don't need to see it that way. We got a list of famous Kelseys. You're number 14. But what I'm looking for is the male-female breakdown.
You're working your way up, baby. You're working your way up. We're going to climb up above.
Kelsey Grammer's number 1, and the rest are all women. You're right.
Told you.
Only that. And what about the dude I went to high school with?
What's he up to?
Yeah. So you're number 14. Who are you behind? Because I think we could pick off a few of these Kelseys.
Right? We're climbing the ranks.
I know. Now I feel like I have beef with
like,
these
look,
people.
I'm never.
These are your mortal enemies. There can only be one.
What are you doing ahead of me?
I'm never going to catch Adam Levine. Like, I made my peace with that. But I could get to Adam Schiff at some point, you know? Like, there are other Adams I could get to.
I'm number 2 behind the Mayhem Miller, who's on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, Jesus. Dang. You got a Ishi in front of you.
I think she
Who's number 13
as...
who's ahead of Kelsey over here?
I will say the pictures, it's a kind of an OnlyFans vibe.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting a lot of, like, money for
I was thinking
pics.
prison lineup, but all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, some of them are pretty...
Nah, we like them.
Pretty attractive.
Who's in front of you? I'm trying to... who's and can we pick her off? That's what I'm saying. Can we start a campaign? You know what I mean? Kelsey Dara?
Who is this? YouTube star. Yeah, see?
You got it.
Yeah.
You got this.
You got her.
How many subscribers does she have?
Nothing. She got a Hulu special?
You got it.
Come on.
You gotta get better.
You guys are both on YouTube, so the solution is boxing.
This is what we
I'll train you. Don't worry. I'll hold the pads every day. You'll get after it, okay? You're going to knock her the fuck out.
Honestly, I'm into it. Let's fucking do it.
I know. Okay. Hey, I'm signing that. I brought the contract right here, actually.
Perfect.
The got dates coming up. Spokane Comedy Club, which is cool. Been there.
Yeah, that's my hometown.
The Wilbur in Boston is great.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful theater. That is a great theater. That's coming up February 21st. Great Cedar Showroom, Foxwoods. That's coming up Connecticut. Yeah, the Wilbur's a beautiful, old-timey theater. It's a great venue.
Legendary. I opened for Jim Norton there years ago. I used to open for him on tour.
Oh, you did?
But this will be my first time headlining, and I'm so excited.
How was it touring with Jim Norton? Inquiring minds.
Pretty wacky.
I get asked that so often.
Well, I know Jim pretty well.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the best. He changed my life completely because I think if you have a young comic where you're like, yes, you can open for me on this entire tour, you get to quit your day job. Like it really changed my life. But he used to do embarrassing things to me on the road, but his tour manager, Club Soda Kenny, do you know Club Soda Kenny?
Mm-hmm. I don't know him. I've heard of
we know of him.
Infamous. He would do things all the time to me that were just like mortifying. He was always the guy who would do the God mic to bring us out on stage. And every theater show, he'd be the side of stage and he'd go, "Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Norton," and people go, "Ah," and then he'd go, "But first," and you could just like feel
I
people
like it. Oh, they pull back?
immediately be like, "God damn
But
it!"
you'd win them.
Well, but then I would walk out, which like very different vibe from Jim, at least like aesthetically, and I could just see men be like, "This is a good time to take a dump." Like, I'll be back in 20. Just from like looking at me, but then by the end of the tours with him, I feel like his
How
fan
did
base
Jim?
was-
How did you guys pair up? Because it seems a little unlikely.
Right. So he had tweeted, this is years ago, that he was coming to LA, and I lived here at the time, and he was promoting a special, and he was like, "What podcast should I do?" And I had a podcast at the time, and some of the listeners were like, "Oh, you should get him on." And I was like, I've never met him. I don't want to just be like suckling at the teat, but then somebody had, I guess his like business email was public, and they were like, "Hey, this is his email. He responds to this. You should just send something." And so I was like, "Okay, fuck it." So I sent an email, and he responded and was like, "Yeah, sure, I'd love to do it." And I was like, "I'm not going to get beheaded, right? Like, this is an actual real thing. If I go to this hotel room, I'm not going to die." They're like, "Nope, this is his email." And so I did it, and it went great. And it just was one of those things where I knew that Amy Schumer had opened for him for a few years on tour, I believe. And so I said, "If you ever need an opener, I'd love to work with you." And did one show, and then he sent me the rest of the dates for the year.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was 3 years I toured with him. So yeah, he really did. He was like my
That's great.
comedy fairy godmother.
Yeah.
I could see him wearing a dress.
Twisted.
That exact dress and bippity boppity boo.
The thing that's off-putting about him is how normal his parents are.
Isn't it interesting?
Because you must have seen them
They're
on the
so
road.
Sweet. They're the sweetest people on the planet.
Yes, they.
And still married.
Yeah, you don't. They're American Gothic type. Like I don't know what you would think if you met them and you knew Jim and you knew his ways.
Maybe too much family values does that to a guy.
I get possibly.
Yeah.
But when you meet them, they seem so normal and adjusted and everything you wouldn't think they would be.
Very like mild mannered.
Yes.
And so you look at and you're like, okay, like nature versus nurture.
But I guess, if you met my parents, you wouldn't know what they did, or my mom didn't talk. She didn't have a sense. My mom had no sense of humor. My dad really didn't like talking and stuff. Just kind of sit there. So you wouldn't get anything from me off of them. But your dad, at least it looks like from this, is a bit of a character.
Yeah, he's like a full clown.
And he was a yo-yo champion.
Your dad came to my elementary school.
Shut up.
I swear to God.
I know. It's what he did.
I bought a butterfly from him.
Oh, butterfly's a nice yo-yo.
That's what I'm saying.
And he could do the cats and the cradle and the walking the dog and the whole thing.
Of course.
Everything.
Waterfall.
Everything. Yeah. And when you're a kid, that's really exciting to have your dad come and be like the entertainment at the school. And then, man, it just takes such a turn when you get to high school.
Yeah.
It goes from like your dad's so cool when you're young, and then you get to high school age and you're like, if you come near this school with your yo-yos, like I'm trying to lose my virginity out here. Like I need you to be nowhere near this school. And now I'm an adult and now it's cool again. So it's like a weird
roller
relationship
coaster
with it. But yeah.
That's great.
Was he a professional? Was he like a champion?
Yeah.
He was considered an international yo-yo man.
Wow.
So he would travel.
His name, I remember.
He would.
You do?
Yes, the international yo-yo man. I did my research. I said, oh my God, I know her daddy. Yes, that's so crazy.
Is he still with us?
He is, yes.
And so he didn't get laid in high school, I guess, but somehow he met your mom.
Right.
And
yeah.
And he learned the yo-yo.
Mm-hmm.
And back when it was something, like it was kind of cool, like for a minute. And then there was a window in time where what we did. Here's
a movement up and down and up and down and up.
We did plate spinning in the 50s and the 60s. There's plate spinners.
Yeah.
Then that gave way to the yo-yo, and then that gave way to cup stacking. Yes. Now we're at cup stacking. We're still at cup stacking for some reason. We had a little window of the boomerang. They made a boomerang for a minute. People were like, too many kids probably got too many concussions or something.
Probably.
But
maybe pogo stick time? Was that big?
Remember that
pogo stick?
What is that ball called? The Bop It Whammo ball, where you stand with it's a neon colored ball and you hop up and down. It's like a unicycle, but stupider.
There was a click clack. Certain things were outlawed. So there was a weird sort of 70s kind of pre-digital where you had to kind of make your own fun.
Yes.
And people did a lot of like craft stuff. Like you'd see guys wearing hats that were knitted together with yarn made of Budweiser cans. There was you can take a Budweiser can and take a panel off it and punch holes in it and then make yourself a sun hat out of yarn. There was a whole thing. There was a commercial for bottles. So what you would do, there was a commercial where it was a glass cutter. So you'd take like a 7-Up bottle, you'd cut it, you'd knock it off, you'd sand it, and you'd have a beautiful tumbler, for free. Like there was rock tumblers. Like there was a whole kind of make your own.
Just so much time on people's hands.
A lot of this is on Etsy right now.
For sure.
Yeah.
There were dudes. There was always the dude in town who had a pickup truck who made his own camper shell out of plywood or birch or something. 1x6 dog-eared redwood.
My Uncle Bill.
TNG. Like there's camper dude guy. Like people just